Let's switch lanes now to talk business news. Here's Adishola Josh.
Well, thank you, Amarachi. In business news tonight, as reactions continue to trail the rebasing of the nation's GDP, the Executive Director of Government Relations at the Dangote Group, as Ahmed Mansour, says the changes in the structure of economy necessitated the rebasing of the GDP, adding that the exercise will have an impact on the industrial sector. He was speaking at the 7th Lagos Economic Summit today.
Of the GDP, which unfortunately most people don't understand. First of all, you have to look at it from the point of view of the structure of the economy. 10, 15 years ago or 20 years ago, we had an economic structure which was reliant basically on oil and gas, on agriculture, and probably just a few other sectors. Today, that structure has changed. The telecoms, for instance, is making a bigger contribution to economic activity than it was doing then. Transportation has expanded significantly. Now, we have to take these changes into account, and that is the justification for a basing economy, to make the computation of our GDP on the basis of the reality of the economy, and that's what we do. And of course, the private sector is affected in many respects. First of all, the structure of the economy determines the opportunities for investment. And of course, both we in Nigerians and other people from outside who want to invest will be looking at those issues. They will be looking at, do we have the right structure of the economy? Do we have the components of economic activity that will make our investment more competitive? If, for instance, today we are able to get the railway back, that will significantly change the cost of business, of doing business, and that will attract more investment. So yes, the rebasing of the economy will have an impact on industrial activity and therefore on investment and economic activity.
HYGEA, a health management organization, says it has enhanced its current products to better deliver more value to its present and potential clientele. The new health plan is composed of High Priority Plus, High Essential Plus, High Classic Plus, and the HYGEA Prestige Plus, all upgraded to include ambulance services, surgeries, mortuary services, and neonatal services, among others.
Serving a meal or solution at the right time is often a reflection of an understanding of a need. HYGEA HMO clearly fits this billing, and having spent 27 years in administering healthcare cover, they say it is time to raise the bar for more access to health and quality care.
We realize that many Nigerians do not have access to healthcare when they need it, be it financial access or even physical access. It's those two key elements of access, being the financial access as well as the physical access, is really what HYGEA HMO has been, at least working tirelessly all these years to really help to transform.
Refreshed, re-engineered, tailor-made enhanced benefits across a broad spectrum of workforce, the HYGEA Essential Plus, HYGEA Classic Plus, HYGEA Priority Plus, and Prestige Plus covers you in a broader way while retaining core benefits.
Ambulance services in event of illness, particularly transfers between hospitals, are now available across all our products. Surgeries, I must mention, are available to the same extent to Oga Driver and also Oga at the top. We also have critical care, which previously was not available for the mid segment of our products. We are doing our own quota to advance healthcare access in Nigeria.
I'm extremely happy that we were able to reach this, and going forward, I would love to see that every year we come up with a revision with enhancements that will stand the test of the time.
I see that the relationship will build even further.
With a considerable market share in healthcare management, HYGEA HMO says that you were brought on to an opportunity of over 450 clinics and hospitals countrywide for private network and 1,500 hospitals and clinics in public sector provider network when you sign on to their family. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
To the Nigerian stock market now, where trading closed upbeat today with an all-share index above the 39,000 psychological line after recording a 0.35% jump. BC Coca joins us now with more.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Reports. The bulls maintained their grip on the Nigerian equities market today as a positive rally continued for a second day. The all-share index crossed the 39,000 psychological line after recording a 0.35% jump. Market capitalization also rose to 12.53 trillion naira. With a 22 naira 10 kobo increase, Nestle led 26 other midweek gainers, which also include Forte Oil and Cadbury. On the flip side, Total was the day's top laggard, with Guinness and Julius Berger trailing behind. First Bank of Nigeria Holdings was the major contributor to market volume, with over 61 million units churned out. Now, when trading crossed the finish line, investors had exchanged 290.96 million units of shares valued at 4.30 billion naira. And that ends the stock market reports. I am BC Coca.
Thank you, Bissy. And that's Business News tonight. The News at 10 continues in just a moment.
Welcome back. Joining us now for sports news is Charles Aruka.
Well, thanks, Amarachi. Welcome to Sports News. Bayern Munich and Atletico Madrid are through to the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. Reigning champions Bayern humbled Manchester United 3-1 to complete an aggregate win of 4-2. After a goalless first half, United broke the deadlock with a Patrice Evra header in the 57th minute. But before they could finish celebrating, Mario Mandzukic leveled up 23 seconds later. Thomas Müller and Arjen Robben completed the rout as United conceded 3 goals against a German club side for the first time. Koke's 6th-minute strike was enough for Atletico to secure a first European semi-final for the first time since 1974. The goal ensured they beat Spanish rivals Barcelona 2-1 on aggregate after a 1-0 first leg. On the local scene, Rangers International of Enugu defeated Nembe City 2-0 in one of the rescheduled matches of the 2013-2014 Globe Premier League. Goals from Mishak Chibikem and substitute Christian Obiozo ensured the Flying Antelopes picked their first win of the season. Kabir Umar scored in the second half as champions Kano Pillars forced New Boys Giwa Football Club to a 1-0 draw, while Isa Aminu's brace helped Kaduna United beat CAF Confederations Cup campaigners Bayelsa United 2-0. Enyimba took the pressure off their technical crew with a nail-biting barren draw at Warri Wolves. In internationals, Flying Eagles of Nigeria were forced to a 2-2 draw this evening by the junior Atlas Lions of Morocco in a friendly at the National Sports Center in Rabat. The Flying Eagles dominated the first half but could not break the Lions' defense until the 64th minute when Al-Hassan Muazzam tapped in from close range. Morocco drew level after Flying Eagles captain Wilfred Ndidi scored an own goal. Muazzam completed his brace in the 81st minute before Arjun Umar salvaged a result for the Moroccans in stoppage time. The second leg will be played on Friday. In other sports, the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has invited 19 athletes for camping in Sapele Delta State ahead of the African Youth Games scheduled to hold in Botswana from May the 22nd to the 31st. Some of the young athletes listed for the tournament include African Youth Athletics Championships double sprint champion Deborah Adewale, Ayomide Amushon, Alphonsus Etim, Joyce Imogu, and Afolake Junaid, who won silver in the women's 400 meters. Their male colleagues, Abdullahi Bashiru, Adeyemi Adewale, Akinkwowo, Olua Tokimi, Edoki Ime, Ejumeta Oke, and Nathan Ogenewegba. That's it on Sports News. It's back to Amarachi for the rest of the news at 10.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
And on the foreign scene, as a trial of the decade entered its 18th day, Oscar Pistorius became distraught when shown a graphic photo of his dead girlfriend, River Steenkamp, by the prosecution at his murder trial. While showing the picture, the chief prosecutor, Jerry Nell, said it was time for the athlete to face what he had done. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Athlete Oscar Pistorius insists that he did not deliberately kill Miss Steenkamp, but thought that she was an intruder and made a mistake by taking her life. He says he accidentally killed her after mistaking her for an intruder. Prosecutors instead say Mr. Pistorius intentionally killed Miss Steenkamp on the 14th of February last year by firing a gun through a bathroom door at her after a row at his Pretoria home. Then a teenager armed with 2 knives has gone on a rampage at a high school in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania, injuring 19 students and a security guard. The 16-year-old student was taken into custody at Franklin Regional High School in Murrysville, that's a suburb of Pittsburgh. Some of the wounded were as young as 14, and several were taken to surgery in hospital. A medical charity has accused the UN in South Sudan of showing shocking indifference towards displaced people sheltering at one of its compounds. According to Médecins Sans Frontières, about 21,000 people were living in flood water contaminated with feces at the UN's Chomping base in the capital, Juba. However, the UN has not reacted. Also today, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has backed talks with world powers, but warned Tehran will never give up its nuclear program. He said Iran had agreed to the talks to break the hostile atmosphere with the international community. Iran and 6 world powers are working to agree a deal to replace an interim accord that expires in July. And those are the top stories on the forum.
And the main news again. The Senate has passed a 4.6 trillion naira budget for 2014, with education getting the highest allocation of 373 billion naira. The U.S. government has expressed concern over the violence in the north and central region of Nigeria, calling for investigation into killings by herdsmen. And a 16-year-old student armed with 2 knives has gone on rampage at a high school in the U.S. state of Pennsylvania, stabbing 20 students and a security guard. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Amarachi.